So right now I am outside of the studio because I am doing some traveling, but I do have some real-world airplane ANC tests coming your way. Now in this video, we're going to be talking about the Sennheiser Momentum Force. Now even though the Momentum Force still has its issues, like sometimes they don't automatically connect to your phone when you power them on, or my personal favorites, if you have them in their case and if their case is upright while it's in your backpack or luggage, sometimes they will power on, which can be somewhat of a hassle, or it's just an inconvenience that you just wouldn't expect from a pair of premium ANC headphones like these. And this is something that Sennheiser still hasn't fixed after like 6 months. The Momentum 4s are still a solid pair of headphones to consider, mainly because of their monstrous battery life. They sound great and they also have a very impressive active noise cancellation. Now, the ANC on the Momentum 4s is up there with the ANC found on the Sony 1000 XM5s, AirPod Max, and my personal favorite headphones to fly with, the Bose QC45s. But today we're going to see how the ANC on all of these headphones stack up to one another while at cruising altitude, because some headphones, like the Sony 1000 XM5s and XM4s, they both have atmospheric pressure sensors in them, which is going to help them to recalibrate their active noise cancellation and compensate for the lower atmospheric pressure around you. But with all that being said, let's just jump into the ANC test, because at the end of the day, this is going to be a simple video and I am on vacation. So, like you may have just seen, yes, the Momentum 4s block out an adequate amount of noise for a pair of premium ANC headphones. However, when compared to, let's say, the Sony 1000 XM5s and the AirPod Max post-controversial firmware update that kind of reduced their ANC a little bit, and the Bose QC45s, the Momentum 4s just struggle to keep up. Now, don't get me wrong, the Momentum 4s are still blocking out a ton of noise, but when compared to all of these other headphones, the Momentum 4s are letting in the most amount of engine noise here, and they're also letting in the most amount of chatter. Plus, there is a constant high-pitched hum to them in the background. Now, with the Bose QC45s, they also have this high-pitched hum to them in the background, but they are blocking out more engine noise than the Momentum 4s. Whereas with both of the Sonys and AirPod Max, both of these headphones do a noticeably better job of giving you total silence. Now, with the AirPod Max, there is a slight high-pitched hum to them in the background, but it's nowhere near as noticeable as the high-pitched hum found on the Momentum 4s. So overall, if you're looking for a pair of headphones to fly with, and if you want to block out the absolute most amount of noise, then you do want to go with the Sony 1000 XM5s. However, just be warned, if you do decide to go with the XM5s, just know that these headphones do come included with a very large case, and just plainly said, traveling with this case just isn't super convenient because it has such a large footprint and it is relatively thick. Plus, also, the XM5s do have rather shallow ear pads, and their really thin headband can sometimes create a hot spot on the top of your head after you wear them for like an hour or more. But personally for me, I still prefer and highly recommend the QC45s for flyers. Now, most importantly, these also block out a ton of noise, but also they have a relatively smaller case than the XM5s, just making it much easier to travel with them. but also the QC45s are more comfortable thanks to their super lightweight, more spacious earpads, well padded headband, and they also have a much looser fit to them, making them big head approved. However, I still understand that some people are going to be attracted to the Momentum 4s for flying or for commuting because of their monstrous 60-hour battery life, which is definitely going to be very helpful if you're flying or commuting. But just keep in mind, the Momentum 4s also have a relatively large case to them as well, so traveling with these headphones just isn't going to be as convenient. Also, the headband on the Momentum 4s can also create hotspots on the top of your head because it's not all that well padded. And then there's just these known issues about the Momentum 4s where sometimes they don't get connected to your phone when you power them on. And then there's also the issue where if they're in their case and if they're upright, they're going to get powered on, which personally is just a really big pet peeve of mine about these headphones.